Okay, guys, how you doing? I just wanted to do this this guy right here, a demonstration for this 4.2 type activity using Photoshop's type effects to create a banner ad headline. Now, typically, well, let me just explain the scenario so far as it's going. Okay, so what we did is we did that preliminary work, and we took a look at how to work with Photoshop and Illustrator together at the same time on the same files, going back and forth from Photoshop to Illustrator. So, and we kind of culminated that experience by putting together our ad in Illustrator using Photoshop images and Illustrator type, and using Illustrator to lay it out. You remember this ad? This was the ad that I used as an example to demonstrate how to do milestone 1. So taking this ad and moving forward through the progress of the class, we're going to take this ad and we're going to extract the headline out of your ad. And this could be whatever ad, either one, or, the one that you think is the most effective, or maybe it's the one that, your classmates and your instructor also thought were the most effective of the two ads that you turned in for milestone 1. And presumably you've had one selected, you're going to move forward with it. So what you're going to do is this. You're going to take the headline, and we're going to start to work with that headline, and we're going to bring it into Photoshop. And from there, once we bring it into Photoshop, we're going to work with some Photoshop effects, some type effects. And Photoshop's got some really cool type effects. But we're just going to do some basic stuff for this demonstration, okay? And then next week, we'll take this headline that we create this week, and we're going to move it into the banner, and we're going to animate it. Okay, so as you can see, we started with this magazine ad, then we take pieces of the magazine ad out to build the banner. And in doing so, we're going to take the headline out, we're going to cultivate it a little bit in Photoshop. Let me show you what I mean. Okay, I'm going to go into Photoshop over here, and I got an 8x10 300 ppi file set up, okay? First thing I want to do over here is what's the first thing we always do in Photoshop? We duplicate that background layer. Now, I just do that. It's a blank background layer, and as you can see, there's no reason to duplicate a background layer. And that's just how much habit you'll get into duplicating background layers when you work in Photoshop. So I just duplicate the background layer. What I'm going to do is take that layer, and I'm going to go to Edit Fill, and I'm just going to fill it with black. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to my milestone 1 ad, okay, and I'm just going to collect that type right there. And I'm going to Command Copy, and that's just the headline, remember? And I'm going to come over into this file, and I'm going to Command Place. Now it's going to ask me if it wants me to paste as a Smart Object Pixels, a path, or a shape layer, and I'm going to say I want to place it as a Smart Object. I'm going to say OK, and here it is. It comes in as this headline, and to OK, and I'm just going to come up here and click that check mark right there. Okay, so there's my headline. Now what I'm going to do from there is just going to go in and put a couple of Photoshop effects on it. Okay, it's really simple. You come down here with your Vector Smart Object or your type, or if you are creating type in Photoshop, you would just come up to your type layer. Okay, then come down here to your effects drop down, and then it's add a layer style. So I'm going to click on that. First thing, I'm just going to come in here, and before I do that, let me show you. I just want to come in here, and I just want to get in here so that you can see what's going on when we do this. So let's go back there to layer effects, and I'm going to come to bevel and emboss. Okay, and we're going to come over here, and I'm just going to say inner bevel, chisel hard. And I'm just going to set some of these. And this is where those tutorials come in handy. All those tutorials we talked about. Where were they? They were on the rubric, I think. Which means I would have to jump back to the rubric and show you module 4. Oh, here it is. Okay, it's these type effects right here. These are all those tutorials I was talking about in the video. There's like 215, 230 video tutorials here for type effects for Photoshop. So I'm just doing a couple of real simple ones here. You guys, you can take this as far as you want. Okay, keep in mind though, you're going to want to keep it kind of tame once we bring this headline into the actual banner, because we're going to animate it. You don't want too much going on. Let me pull this aside so you can see what I've done. I've just added a simple inner bevel with a hard chisel, and I just messed with my light angle a little bit. That's it. And the only thing I'm going to do now is I'm going to cover here just a color overlay. Let's place a color overlay on this guy, and I have already have blue selected. So that's all I'm going to do, okay? And you, like I said, you can take this as far as you want. I'm going to okay that. Okay, and I'm going to come over here, and let's jump out here. I'm going to Command 0 that, and that's what I have, okay? And as you can see, it's one headline. That the effects are on the actual layer itself, so you don't have to worry about, I mean, you can move it anywhere you want. You can recompose it any way you want if you want to. Okay, so that is all you need to do for this assignment. Okay, and it's 8 by 10. As it says in the rubric, 8 by 10 right here. See? Your final submission for this assignment should be an 8 by 10 Photoshop, layered Photoshop file, guys. Okay? 8 by 10 with your type, headline, and your layer effects. And let me just show you my layer panel so you can see. There's my background copy layer. There's my effects. There's my text layer, which is a vector smart object. And that's all it. That's it. That's all you do for this assignment. Okay? Awesome, guys. So I will see you guys in discussion board. Thanks very much.